Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. Today's make is a lovely little mini gift box. It could be a Christmas tree decoration, it could be a table decoration, a party favour, all sorts. You could hang it up. It opens up so you can put something nice and yummy inside, like chocolate, and it's quite deep. If I get my paper snips, you can see you can fit quite a lot in there. It's almost the length of my stamping snips. It's really nice, the fact that it's shaped on the outside, so it's not just a normal straight little box. It's got this lovely little shape. Now, I've seen a few of these around, all different sizes, and I'm particularly partial to a 6x6 piece of paper. I like little diddy gift boxes, so that's what this is made with. If you go for a contrasting colour on the inside, it will make your box stand out a bit more as well. So it's very easy to do. It's just a little bit tricky on the cutting out of the card, so we're going to go through it step by step together. So here are the sizes. Okay, you need a base card piece that is just 5 1/4 by 5 1/2, just slightly less than 6x6, and we're going to do some cutting and scoring on that, and then some designer series paper, and we need just a few pieces of that for the outside. Now, luckily, Stampin' Up papers coordinate beautifully, so it doesn't matter which paper I choose, it's still going to go with my green from the pack. So that all is nice, and I don't know if you saw that then, but both sides are equally as lovely. So this time I'm going to use some garden green, and I'm going to do the scoring with you. So I'm taking a 6x6 piece, and I am just going to cut it to the right size. So one side needs to be 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and then the other side needs to be 5 1/2. So not much to come off. You can use those bits if you want to for something else. Just put those to one side. Now the scoring, if you make sure that you're on the side that is 5 1/2, I'm just going to check that before I start. Yep, 5 1/2. You're going to score at 1/2. Okay, so make sure that cutting blade is out the way and score at 1/2. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. 3 and 4 1/4. Okay, so that's on the 5 1/2 inside. You have a 1/2, a 1 3/4, a 3 and a 4 1/4. So if you turn it to the 4 1/4 inch side, again I'm just going to check before I do any scoring, and you score at 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 3 1/2, and 4 3/4. Okay, now I don't know that you can see it on this green, it's quite tricky to see, so I've done one earlier to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so basically we're going to turn this into this. So there's a few different bits we need to do. We are going to make the tabs at the bottom and this side bit first, so that we know which is the bottom and which is the top. So these, if you just fold them so you can see the score lines, and I'm going to fold it that way as well. I'm not doing it with my bone folder, I'm just doing it so that I can see the cutting lines with my scissors. I'm just going to cut up to the first score line, and that is going to be the bottom of my box. So I'm doing it on all 4 of the squares at the bottom. Okay, so that gives you those big tabs. You don't need to shape them. You can if you want to, but you don't need to. Now this bit has to come off, but I'm actually going to cut it at an angle so that it tucks inside my box much nicer. Okay, so now we've got this bit. We've got 4 tabs across the bottom, 4 tabs across the bottom, and this side bit here. Now, as for the top, we need to cut the whole piece off of here. So the easiest thing to do, I think, is cut up to the second line that you've scored on all of them. So cut up to the second line, just on all of the bits. Remember, this is going to be the top of your box, so there's a bit more cutting on this bit. Okay, so let's have a look. So you've got 4 longer tabs and this bit. So this bit straight away can come off because you know you don't need that. Okay, so that's, oh, don't pull your card because you end up with a little bit of a piece of paper that just doesn't give you a good corner. So just bear with it until you've cut it off. So that's off that bit. Okay, the next bit is going to be one of the sides inside the lid. So I'm just going to cut that off about halfway, slightly less than halfway. So that's going to tuck inside. This is my lid, so I just need to shape the end bit. I'll do that a bit tighter, and this one like that. So that's going to tuck inside my lid. This is going to be the same as this one, so I'm just going to cut across again, roughly half, maybe slightly less. And then this bit here is not needed at all, so I'm going to cut that off altogether. And then we should have the box that we need. Our little gift box should be done. So, okay, I'm just going to put everything back together so that you can see where it's come from. So this bit is from here, that's come off there. One of those has been cut off there. One of those has been cut off there. There's a big piece missing off there. And then somewhere is a little piece from here. Okay, so that's what we're left with. Get rid of all those bits. Some glue. So effectively we're going to make the box. So we are going to, let's do the hole in the lid first. So this lid, if you look on mine, there's a piece of ribbon that's been put through. So we're going to find the middle of there. So just taking one of your bits of offcut, you could. And I am just measuring from this corner to this corner. Doesn't have to be exact, but I'm just putting an embossed line in the middle, and then this corner to this corner, just so that I know. Definitely not going to be able to see that, are you? But there's a cross, and that makes me know where to put my hole. So just whatever you use to make holes, just make a little hole in that. And you just want it big enough to get your ribbon through. Not too big. So that is the middle. Okay. And yeah, let's put it together now. So this tab here needs to have some glue on it. So, oh, I knew that would happen. I should have checked the glue. Come on, you can do it. I can feel there's loads of glue in there. Come out. That's it. Do you talk to your glue? I say, please work, especially when I'm filming. Okay, so I'm going to fold that over and fold that to that, just so that I can make sure that it makes a nice shape. Okay, just make sure that that goes all the way round and it's all level. Just do that a few times until you're sure that it's stuck. The bottom, so this is where these are going to go in like that. That's going to go in like so to make the top of my box. So the bottom, I want to make sure that this has got a nice look on the bottom. So I'm going to tuck all of these in first and then do that one last. So I'm just going to keep that out of the way. Just going to put some glue on here. And I'm going to tuck the two side ones in first. So that will just go out like that. Put some glue on there to bring that one over. It just gives you a nice squarer base. Okay, and that one comes over that side. And then there's your little box. Ta-da! Okay, now how do we decorate it? So I'm just going to open that so it's like that. Designer series paper. Now we were going for the red, weren't we? So I need 4 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 3 inches. Now I think this paper has been cut at 6, so that I know if I do 1 long piece at 1 1/4, that will give me 2. So I'm going to just cut those 2 pieces. Oh, that moved. Felt it move. Okay, so they're 1 1/4 by 6 at the moment. So I'm just going to cut them at 3. Look tiny, don't they? Look like they're not going to have enough paper on there. Okay, so they're now 1 1/4 by 3, and I need to score them at 1/2. So I'm going to do them all in one go. Or try, just for speed, so that you don't have to hang around. Okay, do that, and do that. Get the scorer out of the way. So I'm scoring across one end, the short end, at 1/2. So there, my 4. And then I need 2 squares that are 1 1/8. So 1 1/8. Just going to cut a sliver off there. 1 1/8 by 1 1/8. Oh, that is a tiny piece, isn't it? This is a good make for scraps. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just going to do that. And before I do anything else, I need to do the corners on this bit. So I'm just going to whiz and get my corner punch. Okay, so the bit that has got the 1/2 inch, they're the corners that I'm going to round. Now this, you don't have to do this, it's not necessary. I think it just gives a bit of added detail. This is such an old corner punch as well. Do you have a favourite punch that you just use for lots of things? Okay, so they're done. So that's that bit. Next, I'm going to use my bone folder to shape them. So I don't need the end bit, the 1/2 bit shaped, but the rest of it, I just want to give it a little bit of a curve like that. Not too much, but just enough, so it knows what to do when I glue it in place. Okay, so that goes there, that goes there, and one of the squares, ooh, hiding under here, I need to make a hole in the same. So I am just going to mark that. Just like that. So I know where to do that. I'm just going to put a hole in that because my ribbon needs to go through there. So One's got a hole, one hasn't. The one with the hole, stick on top. So that goes on there. Bit of Tombow glue so you can wiggle it around. Just like so. Okay. That's the top of my box. Then I've got some pretty red ribbon with a bit of gold on it as well. So I am going to thread that through. Well, actually, if I fold that in half and thread it through double, hopefully, is where you need long nails to pull it through. Oh, there. There you go. I'll just tie that in a knot. Should have done that first. Okay, we can do this. All fingers and thumbs. Okay, tie that in a knot right down there. So that now becomes your tie, okay? But you don't want that to show. So I am going to try and flatten that as much as possible. And did I bring the double-sided tape through? No, you would think I would. So what I would do is put some double-sided tape on that to hold it down, and then that goes over the top of that just to hide the inside. I'm not going to go and get my tape now. Definitely haven't brought it through, so I will leave that bit for the end. So on the original box, if I show you that one, just so you can see what I mean, on the inside it's covered up so you can't tell where the string is. So we are just going to tuck that in for now, and that's that bit done. Okay. Now the box, it doesn't matter at the bottom, you don't have to put anything on there, but the side bits, how do you do those? So what we're going to do is, you could use double-sided, put some double-sided tape along the top. You only want a thin bit. I'm going to use Tombow glue, and what I'm going to do is fold that piece back and lie it on there like so, and then just fold it over and just hold it in place for a moment so you know it's in the right place. Okay, just like that, and that's it done. And I'm going to go around and do all of the sides exactly the same. So I put a bit of glue around along the top, just at the very top line, fold that back until I'm happy where it is, fold it back that way to just check that I'm in the right place. And you can see they're longer, but you need them longer so that you can do the curvy bit. This bit goes on here, like so. I absolutely love this paper. It's so pretty. I like the pinks and the reds. And I'm not really a pink girl, I say, wearing pink jumper today. Okay, the last one. So line it up. When you're happy, check that it's in the right place. And then that's there. Now I would wait just a few moments to make sure that that's glued. You can see the top's already coming together, okay, like that. They just go back. Now the bottoms, what do you do? Well, basically the same, but obviously the paper's longer. So I put some glue along the bottom of the box, and then I just curve this enough that I can see where the glue is, and then just hold it in place, and that gives you that shape on the paper. So when I think that's done, turn to the next one, lift it up, do the glue, fold the paper back a bit so it's got a bit of a bump in the middle till you're sure it's level. And again, you could do that with double-sided tape if you didn't want to use Tombow. So that's that one. 2 more to do. So a bit of glue along the bottom, fold it back, make sure it's square on, but there's a bit of a bump in the road. Okay, just make sure you're happy with where it is while it's sticking. And then the last one is like that. Okay, so that's the last one there. And then you can just check that you're happy with them all. And then there, it's a bit like a Chinese lantern, isn't it? Maybe that's what we should call it, a Chinese lantern gift box. Almost. So there it is. Now to finish it off, all you need is some ribbon round here. So I'm just going to wrap this round once. When I did the twine, Christmas twine, I did actually go around a few times because it's thinner. So, but I think this ribbon's slightly thicker, so we can get away with just round once. And I'm not going to do a bow. I am just going to tie a knot. You could add some bells to it, whatever you wanted really. So that's going to go, and do it at the side so you can see it, like that. And I'm just going to trim that, like so. And there you have your Christmas lantern gift box. Okay. Ta-da! And there's the original one, the first one. So there's 2. Which colourway do you like? I love this painted Christmas paper. There is another one that I've half finished, just to show you the different contrasts. But how beautiful are they? Thanks for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell that will notify you every time I do a new video. I try and do one at least once a week when life doesn't get in the way, just like for all of us. I love to craft. I love you to share with me photos of your makes, and that is honestly, I do. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'd appreciate if you're in the UK and you love it, that you would shop with me online. You can find me at createdtheottaway.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye.